So I'm now connecting to cloud instance. Okay, so this is the FR Studio window. So before getting into the details of FR Studio, like earlier, many customers are moving from e-business suite R12 to Fusion, and they say like there was a concept of, or there was a reporting tool called FSG, Financial Statement Generator in R12, and it like they were very familiar with that tool, and end users could also develop some basic reports in it. But why and their main question is, what is the equivalent of FSGs in Fusion? And what are what all features are better than that FSG? So one is FSG. It used to run based on your transactional database, directly on transactional database. So at runtime, it will summarize and give you the result. So you need to submit that process, wait for it to complete, and then you will get the report. Okay. Here, FR Studio, you can run the report online because it is based on that multi-dimensional database. Okay. So you can run the report online. It directly links to SBase Cube. It doesn't link to your transactional database. Okay. Earlier FSG, we could generate FSG in PDF format only. You cannot export that to Excel or something. You could run only in PDF or one format. Here, you have an option, like if you can see here, you can export it into PDF, HTML, PDF, export to Excel, export in query ready mode. So that same report, if you want to analyze further in SmartView, you can export it in query ready mode, export to Word, export to PowerPoint. So all those different options are there, different formats you can publish it. Okay. Calculation or mathematical functions, so you can do some calculation, complex calculation within the report, which was not like that easy in FSGs. Then here you develop one report, okay, summary report, and using that expansion feature, you can get the details as well. But in FSG, you will have to develop two different reports. One will be for summary and another will be for detail. Summary and detail, like your summary report will have only parent values, and detail report you will have all the detailed accounts. But here in one report you develop summary, and if you want to the details of that parent account, you can expand it to child accounts. So you don't have to develop two different reports. Okay. And sorry.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. And this FR Studio, it is a very user-friendly tool. Like not all the users in like business community, but if you can train some key users on this functionality, and they will be able to develop these reports on their own. At least basic simple reports they will be able to develop. So it's a drag and drop kind of report. You can put charts, graphs, text boxes, images in the report. FSGs were plain text report. You cannot have chart, graph, anything. Plain reports. You can have formula rows, or data rows, or text rows. And best feature of this FR Studio reporting is you have point of view. Okay. FSG report, you might parameterize something. Okay, what is the account range? When you say account range, that entire string will be there, like that entire chart of accounts. So all segments you need to enter from and to range, and then it will generate, or you can give period name. But if you have to develop like based on all the parameters, all the dimensions, then it will become very complex in FSGs. So normally you will find one or two parameters So it's kind of static parameters. Suppose you have developed a report for accounting period and you have a requirement for quarter. That cannot be done in FSG. You have to develop another report, one for period, another one for quarter, another one for full financial year. But here in Fusion, as you know, it is pre-aggregated. So your balances are stored at period level, quarter level and financial year level. And using that point of view window where you see entire hierarchy of period, you can select any level and generate the report. Or say you have developed a report for a specific ledger in FSG. You cannot use that same report for another ledger. You will have to develop another report. Here you just change that point of view, select another ledger. If you have access to that another ledger and it is using the same chart of account, you can generate the report, same report for another ledger. But that functionality was not there in FSG. And why I am comparing? Because most of the customers are moving from R12 to Fusion, and this comparison they need. This is the key selling point for this FR Studio. So we need to understand the differences. Then another difference is like you can, that FSG report, you cannot see it on your mobile devices, but this report you can see it on mobile devices, and it has social integration. So suppose CFO or somebody is looking at this report and he wants to know something from his finance manager. Either he goes to him or write a mail, attach this report and discuss it on call, or he can initiate a social, he can initiate a kind of chat window within this report. That report will be shared, or that report will be seen by that other person, and they can discuss online. Okay, so that mobile and social integration, it is there in Fusion, not in that FSG. Okay. Then you can have inbuilt chart and graph. You can build chart and graph report, or you can hide just this table and just have chart and graph, and you export it into PowerPoint, and you will be able to directly put it in presentations. Wherein FSG reports, those will be plain reports, plain text reports. You have to take it into Excel somehow, and then you can do further analysis on those reports. Another feature of this FR Studio is drill down. You can drill down from the report to your subledger transaction in Fusion, or if you are using that coexistence functionality, you can reach out to subledger transaction in EBS as well. So these are some of the key differentiators or for FR Studio, why it is better than FSGs. Okay.
Okay.
So like you can expand, so you are into travel and entertainment, and then you can expand that. So same report is you can use for summary as well as for detail. You can publish it in multiple formats. So now it is how to develop these reports. So any question on FR Studio functionality? No?
Very good.
Okay. So to develop the FR Studio report, first click on this new report, and then click on this grid, and then draw a grid on this report window. It will open this database connections window. First time when you are logging in, or first time you are trying to develop a report in FR Studio, you need to create a new database connection. Say all these things will be automatically populated. Now I need to provide the application, which is nothing but the cube name. This is the cube. So both the fields will be populated and click OK. Now we need to select the dimensions. What all dimensions we need in our report. So you have row level dimension, you have column level dimension, and you have page level dimension. And you have point of view. So whatever is not there in these three, those columns will remain in point of view. Okay. So say again similar report I will develop. Account in row, accounting period in column.
Mahesh, this is Ravi.
Yes.
Once you build this report, are you going to show the drill back to the source from FR report?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm just curious. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll be showing that.
Perfect.
Okay. Let's take a company in page level dimension. Okay. I'll explain what is page level dimension, because in Smart View and Account Inspector, we have seen row level dimension and column level dimension. This page level dimension, it is like something extra in FR Studio. Okay. So now this is built. Okay. This you can expand it if you want. Okay. Now let's select the accounts which I want to show in my report. You can double click on it. You either use all child account values, or you can develop based on this hierarchy. So let me pick all top level accounts from this. Okay. Either you have everything in one row, or if you want to do some calculation, you can check this checkbox, place selection into separate rows. Okay. Now accounting period. I don't want to hard code my accounting period. I want to prompt it to user, so that user at runtime user can run this report for a specific accounting period. So I'll select prompt for accounting period. Okay. What I'll do is I'll start with basic report and then we will add more into it. Okay. So what is the title of that window or prompt? So let's accept whatever is coming default. So this accounting period will be prompted. Okay. So this is a very basic report I have developed. I'll save it in the database. I cannot save this on my local desktop. So there are two folders. It will be directly saved on Fusion server. There are two folders. One is my folder and another one is shared folder. My folder is something similar to my document. So if I am developing something and I don't want anybody else to use this report, it is just for my use, then you can save it in my folder so that nobody else can see it. If you save it in shared folder, then others can also see, but you can again control the permissions on individual reports or the folder in which it is saved. So both the options are there. Either you grant access to everyone or to specific users or groups. But again, even if you have access to the report, say it is a public report, you have not controlled that individual report permission. So everybody can see this report, they can click on this report, but data will be shown only if you have those data roles. If you don't have data roles granted to you, you won't be able to see the data in the report. You might see some structure or something, but data will be visible only if you have access to data. Say for example, you have secured or you have granted access to a specific balancing segment, say to a user. When that user is running the report, it will show the data only for that balancing segment. not for any other balancing segment. And suppose same report, if somebody else is running and he has access to all the balancing segments, then he will be able to see different data. Even if all the parameters, everything is same, but because of data permission, both will see different data in it. Okay, so I'll save it in a shared folder. Under shared, you have custom folder and you can save it under financials. Okay, so for all our hands-on purpose, make sure that we are saving it in this folder only. Okay, this is a very basic report I'm creating. You can do a web preview from here. You want to preview this report, you can click on this. Because of some issue, it is giving some error, but same thing, you can access it from the application because we have saved on the server. So I can go to this and click on Financial Reporting Center. Sorry, I'm on different instance. This is the local instance which I created. So go to this Financial Reporting Center. Shared folder, custom, financials, and I can see my report here. Click on this. It will prompt for the accounting period. So you can select the accounting period. It's not a very user-friendly way of prompting, but that's how it is designed. Okay, so I'm selecting the accounting period here, and let's remove this. While defining that prompt, I could have given some default value also, so that every time, because for our demo purpose, every time I need not to enter or need not to select. So next time we will do that. So once you select it, you can click OK. So as you know, I can select period or quarter or financial year. So same report, I can run it for period, quarter or year. I don't have to develop another report. And here is the point of view. So whatever columns are left in that point of view window, those you need to enter. And whatever values you enter, those will be preserved. So that next time, tomorrow, if you are logging back, you will see those same values selected. Because first time I am running it, so that's why it is not showing anything. But once I select it, it will be shown next time we need not to select again. should be SAR. So this is a very plain report I had developed. I can see the data here. There is no hyperlink or I cannot expand. And here I have company. So I'll select the dimensions there. But it is very easy to develop very basic report. But now let's add some features in this report. Okay. So first thing I want is I should be able to see in this report, I can see just numbers. I want to see the description. Okay. So here you have heading member label, member name, alias. So you can select this, or you want both the number as well as the description of that column. Okay. Second thing I want is either if something is missing you don't want to see, or if everything is zero you want to suppress that row. So you can select suppression basic option. So 0. If missing, suppress. I would suggest like if missing you should make it 0. We'll see that. And if error, suppress. I won't select this because error you should know why it is in error, because it could be because some formula is in error. So then you want to correct it. You should not see 0 and publish that report. Okay. Now text option. So in this report which I had developed, like hash missing is coming, or if it is 0 then hash 0 will come. So I don't want this. If hash missing is there, I can change it with 0, hash error let it be, and 0 value I want to replace it with 0. Save. Okay. One more feature I will add is on this dimension, all the account codes, because these are parent values, and I should be able to see child, like when I expand, I should be able to see the child. So this functionality is called expansion. So allow expansion. Save this. Okay. Now let's rerun this report. Done. I'll put a default next time. I'll remember that. Or this time let's run it for a quarter. So now it is showing that amount. Okay, 0 instead of hash missing. I can expand it. So I can see detail as well as summary both in one report.